Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, maybe there was a time you weren't so good with money, as good as you described. What's been your biggest financial regret in your life? Is there something you look back and say, man, I wish I never did that with my money right there?
I don't really consider it a regret because I win so much money, but I done lost so much money. So in time shooting dice and shit, but I win so much I can't even get mad at that shit. Like, I can't get mad at it.
So is it safe to say you've won more than you lost?
For sure.
And is that something that you keep track of or you don't even keep track?
No, I don't keep track. I just know,
Do you remember how you learned to shoot dice?
on punishment. On punishment. Me and my brother used to have our little bankrolls and Monopoly money. And shit, whoever ends up with the least bankroll used to shoot at each other all day.
Remember what age that was in your life?
But shit, 13, 14s and shit like that.
Now, what did you learn from that? What did that teach you, if anything?
Shooting dice?
Yes. That activity there, even though you are up in that activity, some people aren't so up like you are, as described, but is there anything you take away from that experience at all?
Shooting dice.
Yeah.
I say the environment taught me more than the actual, you feel me? Because growing up and shooting dice as a young nigga, you in them gambling houses and shit, like, you start to notice, like, the niggas with the money. It's never the nigga that got on all the shit and all that. The niggas with the money at the gambling house is that OG nigga that got on his shit that just came from work, who got a back pocket full of hundreds. So I knew that shit early, like the way people look and shit, like I caught on to that shit early, like that shit don't matter. Like, that shit don't matter. You can't judge people off that shit. Cause it don't matter. Like I done been too many places and too many cities with niggas who don't look like they got a dime. You feel me? And they the ones who's pulling out that money, gambling that money, spending it. Some niggas just pull out that money at the dice game to hold it. Ain't making a bet, ain't doing nothing. So I learned that early.
What do you think they get out of it?
Who?
Those people you just described. Have the money, hold it, but they're not betting.
I mean, it's probably everything for one. If it's like a couple grand or something, that's probably everything for one. That's why they not betting it. They just out here, stunting in front. Most niggas do. I ain't knocking them though. Fuck it. Do it, but it's not my thing.
In all your years of shooting dice, have you ever encountered trick dice?
I don't know. If I did, I ain't know.
How dangerous can shooting dice be?
It be dangerous. It can be. That's why you gotta learn to read the room. You gotta know how to read the room. You gotta know, okay, I'm gonna quit betting him. He just pressure on that. He's getting too upset about that money. I'm gonna quit betting dude over. I'm gonna let somebody else take it. I don't even want nothing to do with your money. You gotta know how to read the room.
Safe to say some people have been killed over shooting dice?
For sure. For sure.
Have you ever been in danger of that of some sort at some point in your life? Most you ever won shooting dice at one time, for lack of a better phrase, or one instance?
About 60, 70.
$1,000. On the opposite end of the spectrum, most you ever lost at one time, or one instance, for lack of a better phrase?
30.
And was that the same exact instance, or that was different instances in your life?
What you mean?
Did you lose 30 and win 60 or 70 at that same occasion?
Nah.
Okay.
It's just different times, but yeah, the most I ever lost was 30.
How'd you cope with that?
I ain't like that shit. It don't be the money. It's just like, damn, I ain't used to losing. Like, I'm just like, I ain't used to that shit. So I wasn't feeling that for real. But then again, like I say, like, I don't want so much money. I had to tell myself, the fuck you gonna be mad? How you gonna be mad? Other people's money you done took. You gonna be mad when you lose? Like, you can't do that.
And just for chronological purposes, did you win that 60 first on that particular occasion, and then the loss of 30 comes at another point in time, or was it the opposite way around?
I don't know. I don't remember. But I know, like, I gamble so much, it should be so spread it out and shit like that shit. I don't know. But I lost that shit.
Are you addicted to gambling?
See, I say I'm not. People say I am, but I say I'm not. The reason I say I'm not, because I'm not going to no boats and shit. Like, I'm not caught up, like, playing blackjack. Or, I don't do it. Like, I don't gamble like that. All I would do is shoot dice now on the street. Yeah. I would stop this interview if the nigga got some money and try to gamble. I'd be right there. Like, yeah. But as far as all that, nah, I